You were listening to a Nerd Room podcast, a member of the Star Wars Commonwealth Podcast Network. Be sure to check out more from the Star Wars Commonwealth on the web at starwarscommonwealth.com and take your first steps into a larger world. Hey everyone, and welcome to the Nerd Room. We talk all things Star Wars, Marvel, and DC. This episode number 147, we'll be discussing the brand new Captain Marvel trailer. I'm your host, Tim.
I'm Troy.
Oh, was it my turn?
That's
Sorry.
your cue.
Oh, wait, I was not even paying attention. Where are we?
Every week.
What's going on?
What is your name, good sir?
I'm Sunjay.
Oh man, it's gonna sound so terrible. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's been a fairly wild week. If you are a Marvel fan, if you're even a little bit of a Marvel fan, you're gonna be excited for what we have to talk about today. Like I said, it's been absolutely crazy with the rumors of trailer drops, getting an actual Captain Marvel trailer. We've got all this information coming at us into the Spiderverse. We've got a canceled Netflix show, the third to be nixed from that platform. We've got the Russo brothers out here doing 2.5-hour Q&A sessions. It's been absolutely mental. So this episode is not only going to focus in on the Captain Marvel trailer, but we're going to summarize everything that's happened in the Marvel film/TV world in the last week. I can't believe just the discussion and the conjecture and the rumors going around about all these trailers. We're talking Captain Marvel today. There was supposed to be an Infinity War or Avengers 4 trailer tomorrow, being Wednesday. And now we're hearing on the internet through the Twitterverse that we're potentially getting a Far From Home trailer on Saturday. So I don't know what Marvel's doing, but they're trying to literally break the internet.
They saw all the good vibes that Aquaman was getting, and they go, whoa, wait a second here. We can't let DC rule December, so let's push back a little bit and throw some trailers out there to the world.
Yeah, well, these trailers are going to be attached to all these big movies. Into the Spider-Verse will likely have that Far From Home attached to it. Mm-hmm. You know, you're looking at one of these big tentpole films with Avengers 4 probably attached to it.
It'd be smart for Aquaman to put it in front.
Yes,
because a bunch of Marvel fans would be like, well, shit, I want to see that in IMAX.
Yeah.
I'll shell out $10 to the competition for it.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy what's going on. And we're going to get right into that. But first, like we always do,
Yes, sir.
we got to talk a little bit of our weekend nerd. Now, we're counting down towards Christmas. So my weeks have been getting thinner and thinner on the collecting side because in our family, we have a relatively strict rule about not doing any shopping for yourself, just in case. For me in particular, my wife's out looking for stuff for me, whether that be Funko Pops, Legends, whatever. I gave her a list.
What about food?
No food for me either. Not until Christmas Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No eating.
Yeah.
But gentlemen, how is your week in nerd been? We're gonna kick it over to you first, Sunjay.
Oh, great. Saving the worst for first.
Yeah.
All right. It's been pretty good. I've been getting some steelbooks that have been coming in because of this mail strike in Canada. Everything's been backlogged, and it's been super annoying.
What a way to kill something, eh? See you later, post office.
Yes.
Yeah. Amazon just became #1 for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it's been crazy. So I picked up I just posted a picture on Twitter, the Atlantis Disney Steelbook, one of their lesser known features.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, Michael J. Fox.
Oh,
Was he in it?
Yeah, he played the main guy.
I think that's like the last animated film that they did before The Prince and the Frog, I think, right?
Okay, maybe,
Yeah, maybe.
Because that was a retro throwback.
2000s.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a while. It was like a while ago, but it's one of those like forgotten ones.
Yeah.
Because it came like right after all those like Lion King, Aladdin.
Yeah, like Treasure Planet, I think.
Yeah, and then like Treasure Planet was there too.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I picked up that one. Excited to watch that again. It's been a while. Picked up the beautiful Wonder Woman US Best Buy Steelbook.
Oh, nice.
On 4K. It's much better than the one they released when it first came out with the animated.
I didn't like those.
Yeah, but this one is the best one, I think. And I'm happy I picked it up. So, getting that DC Steelbook collection completed for the third time, I think.
Nice.
Other than that, just been reading some Aquaman, getting pumped for the movie, getting excited, and that's it for me. Let's throw it over to my right, Troy, the boy. Number 81 in your programs, but number 1 in your heart.
It's beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know what? I'm back on the trades. You know, I'm still in this X-Men zone, like I've been mentioning before, and I picked up Extraordinary X-Men. I think it's like after the whole Secret Wars event.
Yeah.
You got Old Man Logan in there, which is it's a pretty sweet team. But anyways, it's led by Storm. I think it's Jeff Lemaire's run, so that's a pretty cool run. I also picked up and completed the X-Men Blue line, completed the X-Men Gold line. I'm about to get Uncanny X-Men. I'm all X-Men out, but that's about it. It's not really been a big collecting week for like figures or anything like that.
Yeah, it's been quiet.
It's been a little quiet, right? So it's just been trades.
Hey, speaking of figures, if you guys are ever out and about and you see the Aquaman movie figures, I haven't found those anywhere in Canada.
Are they still on that multiverse line? Like what do they look like?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I don't even know what the packaging looks like. I've seen some like lesser Aquaman figures, which are for like more geared towards kids, so they're like less articulated, and not as much detail. There's like one with him and a shark, one with him and Ocean Master and like a giant crab. But I haven't seen like, I want a Black Manta, I want an Aquaman, I want Ocean Master, I want a Mira, I want everything.
Because they had the ones before, like the Man of Steel, the Suicide Squad. They were like the red box. And I think it said multiverse, right?
Yeah. I have a bunch of those. Like I think I have one for everyone except for Justice League. I may have got. Oh, I got the Flash and Aquaman there.
You got the Rick Flag not too long ago.
Yeah,
right?
Suicide Squad.
The Justice League, didn't they have a line too that was like catered more towards younger children, where the paint apps were pretty poor, the articulations were pretty low.
Yeah. Well, that's been the trend too. Like we've seen it, I think, with like the Infinity War. They had that line as well.
They went
Black
down
Panther.
to
right.
It's like a 5-inch or whatever. It's not quite 6 inches, and
$14 is the price.
Yeah,
point,
it's still pretty high.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, I'll keep my eyes open for you, man.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything, because usually what they do with these big tentpole movies, especially as we move into December now, we'll have big displays out the front of Toys R Us and that. But it's still the Marvel stuff out front of like the local Toys R Us that we have here. Well, there's quite a few of them, and then Star Wars it's been pushed to the back a little bit, but a few of them it still takes a prominent. I find the Lego's really been pulled to the front.
Yeah,
this year.
Yeah, they had like those like aisle bins in the middle.
Yeah.
Because one of the Walmarts I went to actually doesn't even have Black Series anymore.
No.
Like, zero.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the 6-inch. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if you're going to see that become a trend until episode 9. There's rumors out there. I think on yakface.com they posted that the rumor is that October 2019 is going to be not Black Friday. That would just happen. Force Friday 3.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if we're going to see a big lull here. In the absence of a big tentpole movie, I've seen tentpole like 10 times already. In the absence of a big Star Wars movie, we may see a huge lull in collecting. So these subsequent waves that are coming out, we might not see them hit the pegs in the same way that we would if there's a film coming out. So it's going to be interesting to see. It's similar to the ends of like the orange card series, the blue card series. As you get towards the end of those and the new movies were coming in, we didn't see those last waves drop into stores, and they became harder and harder to find. Like we're still searching for that Anakin and Clone Trooper. We're still searching for some of those blue card backs.
Yep.
And that's because they're shipping all them out. Weren't ordering those because they wanted the new film. But now in the absence of that, we may see the Marvel or the DC stuff really take a prominent place where Star Wars usually would.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how Star Wars collecting looks in the early part of 2019. My guess is going to be pretty slow and pretty barren out there. Yeah.
Plenty of Genersos, though.
Oh, they're everywhere. Still can find them wherever you want. Actually, I hit up Dollarama for the first time since you guys said that that was a new spot to look.
Oh, yeah.
And I can confirm they had Rogue One as well as The Last Jedi 3 3/4 inch for $4 a pop.
Yeah.
And they had those Infinite series, but it was all Poe.
Yeah.
I should actually pick it up for Carlos over at Tumbling Saber. He's a big Poe fan.
He loves Poe. That's his dude.
Yeah, it's his dude. That's his focus. So maybe I'll grab one of those for him. Maybe I'll send you over, Carlos. Maybe. We'll see.
Poe the Teletubby?
Your references, man. The only thing for me this week, my only real update is my wife, she kindly gifted me the Star Wars Lego Advent Calendar.
Oh,
now she did. First thing I said, how much you pay for that? She said she got it for, I think, about $33 on Black Friday, which is a bit more reasonable. I think it retails normally for about $50.
Wow.
And so she got another Lego friend one for my daughter too. So every night her and I have been doing 2 little Legos.
Yes.
Nice.
For as we count on towards Christmas here. So I'm really loving that. I actually haven't gone a year yet without doing, since I got back into Lego, since about 2015. I haven't done one of those calendars. So I wasn't going to do it this year. And then she's like, here you guys go. And I was like, this is awesome. Love it.
Let's steal one of his, like Lego pieces so it doesn't fit together. Like December 19th or something. We'll just take it,
Steal it right
replace
out of
it. Yeah. Retape it so he doesn't even know.
That's brutal. And the last thing I got to do here for my weekend nerd though is I got to shout out Kyle and the crew over at Tumbling Saber, Corey, Carlos, and Michelle. I'm a part of their Powerful Friends program, which is a Patreon campaign that they've pulled together. It's really great stuff what they're doing. There's exclusive Sith to Cerberus episodes that drop, I think, bi-weekly. You get some early releases. There's Journals of the Willing that comes up once in a while. The Saber Rattling, and there's one that you and I did. I can never remember the name of. Anyways, it's the interviews where we talk about your Star Wars story.
Yes, yeah. Or Mount Rushmore, right?
Yeah, the Mount Rushmore, your Star Wars faces and all that. But I got my name pulled for technically the first time, but I've received 2 things from them because I got defaulted the one of the solo figures, Jaina Solo.
Oh.
Yeah, he hooked me up there. But they sent me the Art of Solo book.
Beautiful.
It is an absolutely gorgeous book. I gotta say thank you very much to the guys over there. It's a pleasure being part of that program. But Kyle also sent a little tiny book not tiny book, it's actually a nice book, for my daughter. It's kind of a younger read of Star Wars. And he just stuck it in there for her to enjoy over the holiday season and that. And I just have to thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. That meant a lot just to open that, and there'd be a second book in here, accompanied with a little note that says, this is for you, but here's something for your daughter. So that means like the absolute world to me. So thank you very much to the whole crew over at Tumbling Saber. And if you guys aren't a part of a Patreon program, or if you want to be a part of something a little bit bigger, come to the Star Wars Commonwealth. But there's a couple really great Patreon campaigns that you can also be a part of. Like the one at Tumbling Saber is $1 a month. Talk Star Wars is $1 a month. You can even hop on to Carlos Candido's, which you can get in there for I think $3 to $5 a month. He's creating all kinds of stuff. So there's a lot of really great small communities out there. You can support some creators, but there's a much bigger community to it as well. So it's a lot of fun. So get out there and become a part of those Patreon campaigns.
And if you join our Patreon, you could win a Nerd Room swimsuit calendar.
Yeah. We don't have a Patreon though.
Or a calendar.
That sounds like way too much work.
Or a calendar.
I left that out, right? Maybe we do have a calendar.
That you know of.
I'm assuming Sunjay has one somewhere.
If you donate $5, you could win a Sunjay swimsuit calendar.
It's all the Princess Leia bikinis. All right, guys, we got an absolute ton of Marvel news to get through, so we're gonna jump straight into that. We're gonna dive.
We have
into
to
this.
let's just start with some DC stuff. What
I use the dive into, right?
Oh, okay.
But it's not really right.
But I'm feeling a little bit down.
Come on, we spent the last 2 weeks talking DC, man. I'm jonesing to talk some Marvel.
I mean,
here.
people come here to listen to everything. I mean, we gotta talk My Little Pony, maybe even some Gem and the Holograms. Like, we're gonna go like all
Dora
the
the
way.
Explorer, man. This
Dora,
coming out.
yeah, I
Huh?
saw that live action.
Yeah, man.
Come on, really?
Yeah, for real.
It's going down.
Brutal.
Whoa, you haven't even seen it yet. It could be amazing.
My daughter actually likes that. She
Yeah.
says
Mine
she can
too.
speak Spanish. She goes, "Hola."
Yeah.
I can speak Spanish.
Perfect. That's all you need.
Okay.
And donde español.
Backpack.
Yeah.
Man, I've watched too much of that.
It's like a ringtone.
Swipe or no swiping.
I know, she loves that stupid fox.
Yo, why is he like loved? But he's the bad guy.
I know.
He's so
always stealing
cute.
Stuff.
Yeah, I mean he's a bad influence, but you just can't help it.
This tangent brought to you by Sunjay's brain. All right, guys, let's talk
can't help it.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This comes out next week. Highly anticipated film. This thing has received an enormous amount of praise at the early onset here. Now, we're going to skip over to Rotten Tomatoes here.
Yeah.
We use this as a barometer, as we've said in the past, as a bit of a proxy to see what's going on in the critics' world. We don't take this as gospel, but we like to use it to give us a bit of a gauge. This thing, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, is sitting, as we record, at 100% rating on Rotten Tomato from the critics, with 58 reviews. So that's quite a substantial amount of reviews to be still sitting at 100%. Now, the critics' consensus, so this is a consensus. I don't know how many reviews it is, but at a point, it flips over and they can actually give a review, right? So what they're saying here is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse matches bold storytelling with striking animation for a purely enjoyable adventure with heart, humor, and plenty of superhero action.
Whew.
This is what you want to hear from this. And I know we've been talking about this for the better part of a year when we first saw that first animation cut of this.
That
The
clip.
stylized, looks like a comic book, just like threw up onto the screen.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
It's beautifully done, well constructed. We've seen the scene. What was it after? The
Venom?
Venom,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
they did that.
Meanwhile, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in
Yeah.
a different universe.
Yeah.
How excited are you guys for this next week? Because I can tell you right now, me, I am up to level 10.
Oh, yeah, man. No, I've been there. You know, since like you mentioned that first clip, I was totally on board. My only gripes going back to then was I thought they were gonna make a movie originally just about Miles and Spidey would be there, Peter Parker, but then they decided to do this whole multiverse. And that's kind of iffy about that at first, but after everything I've been hearing, I'm just like, I'm totally invested. You know, give it to me, because one of the biggest things, especially for like this nerd world that we live in, is when you get to movies. Not TV, but movies, it's very hard to pull off like a multiverse.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this movie seems like it's going to nail it, which is very, very hard to do, to introduce you to so many different Spider-Men. I just can't wait for them to do it, man. Can't wait to see this film.
I'm right there with you. I'm right there. And I'll be right there with you on Thursday.
That's right, man. We got our seats.
Yeah. Tim, are you going to join us?
I will, yeah. It's a busy weekend. I will get there. If not on Thursday, I will definitely see it on the Friday.
I'll see it again with you.
Yeah. This definitely reminds me of that 90s animated series with Peter Parker and, you know, the different Spider-Man, that one episode.
Secret Wars?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's like the armored Spider-Man. And
The
there's
actor.
The actor who meets Stan Lee and stuff.
Yeah.
Super cool. I mean, a Stan Lee cameo is going to be killer in this.
I heard it's great. I heard it's one of the best ones.
Oh, man. That's
Throw a
awesome
little heart
to hear.
to it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And, yeah, I'm super excited for this. And the interesting thing is that the directors, Lord Miller...
Producers, they produced this one.
Oh, they produced it, so they didn't direct it.
No.
Oh, okay. But they were involved in Solo. Were they not the directors?
They were the
originally?
original directors.
So, like, imagine if that movie makes more than Solo.
It's going to.
You think so?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Well,
but it's the tones too, right? It's because you look at the Lego movie, Lord and Miller. You look at what's the other one? 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Right? That's
They're
the
in their
wheelhouse,
sandbox,
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So when you put them in a Solo, that's something kind of different. I mean, we will never know what that project really would have been.
release the
like.
Lord Miller cut.
You would.
Yeah.
Let's get that trending, folks. Let's get on to the Lucasfilms and let's see what they got.
But you know what? They do such a great job of bridging the gap between children and adults, like what they did with the Lego movie. Can't imagine what they're gonna do with this film.
Oh, yeah, the Lego movie was like one of the biggest surprises I've ever had in
It really
theaters.
was, yeah.
I went in thinking, okay, I'm not really into Lego. Let's see what you got. I was blown away.
Yeah, it's really, really well done. And I think a bit more to your point, Troy, about the appeal of the multiverse. I think you can only do it in the animation platform.
Right.
I don't think you could pull this off live action or anything close to that, because the animation allows you to play a little bit with the world.
Yeah.
You don't have to be as realistic or grounded. This can take liberties with everything, and it's going to. We got Spider-Ham in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No,
right?
it looks like it's going to play to every fun element that we saw in the Lego movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's going to give you, according to this, that heart that we want from a Miles Morales, Peter Parker story. That coming of age type, with Peter Parker being more of the older brother figure.
Yeah.
I think to me, what's going to sell this, I bet it's hilarious, one.
Yeah.
But it's going to be the heart. Yeah, the action animation are really going to draw you in, but I have a feeling this is going to have just a ton of personality to it, just from what I've seen. And that's what I'm looking for in this. Like, especially with Miles Morales' story.
Yeah.
This could have been, or maybe what should have MCU have done is the Miles Morales. I love Peter Parker and all that, and I love what they've done, but there's going to be something special about Miles Morales, and Sony's putting their stamp on that kid.
For sure. And by doing so, I mean, if Miles is really well received across the board, we could be leading Tom Holland to that path where we get the ultimate fallout. Like he dies, right? And we could get Miles introduced.
I think what Sony's going to do, if this takes off, they're definitely going to do a sequel.
Yeah.
You're going to see Miles Morales pop up in that new Venomverse.
Oh,
That's a way to bring in Spider-Man without bringing in Spider-Man.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be
they
cool.
So we'd be like Andrew Garfield died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and then this guy kind of came up.
Oh man, like they should have had Miles Morales in the MCU and kept Andrew Garfield in the Venomverse.
But he's still been mentioned, right? Like we do have Aaron Davis that's already been introduced
right.
in the MCU,
planted those
right?
seeds.
And he mentioned his nephew, which is Miles. So
Yeah, that
he
would
could still be there.
that'd be cool. You mentioned the multiverse. I don't know. We gotta get my little DC nugget of the day. I don't know if you guys saw the CW's doing their crossover episode.
Yeah,
this
their
week.
annual one. They always do it every year.
Yeah, and this one's the multiverse, and actually it's characters I saw a screenshot and characters from Smallville.
What? Who?
Yeah, Green Arrow. Someone else. Like you could see them like lying in the foreground, like they've just been
They
defeated.
have like the 90s Flash.
90s flashes in it.
But
like,
which Green Arrow? Like the Green Arrow from Smallville?
Yeah,
With
yeah.
the same actor from This Is Us? playing him?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
The big, like, what's his name?
Yeah, Kevin. Kevin
Really?
from This Is Us. Yeah, we
Yeah.
love This Is Us, by the way.
Yeah.
But Kevin
Big
from This Is Us
fans.
made his debut as Green Arrow.
That's right.
Oliver Queen in the Smallville. So he's
really?
coming back to reprise his role.
I don't know if he's going to be like reprising his role, but they showed him in the foreground just lying there.
Oh my
like Green
God.
Arrow in the same costume from Smallville.
My mind's blown.
90s Flash. Like, this is going to be
It's
crazy.
I think it's called Elseworld.
Elseworlds, yeah.
And then we have
Elseworld.
Superman in the black suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, because TV's always been a great platform for them to do that kind of stuff. Even
Yeah.
Smallville I think Smallville did something like that.
Yeah,
I
well,
think
they,
so.
They have the
Yeah.
time and space to do that.
Exactly.
Right,
They can
yeah.
play with different elements. They can span this across multiple TV shows. They're basically doing like what a 4-episode arc between
Yeah.
Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, Green Arrow, and Flash.
Flash, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
I
pretty
think,
wild.
is Black Lightning in there too? Because he's part of that
Oh,
world.
he should be.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Pretty
Yeah.
wild.
Do you think the Sony will make a TV series of this if this is such a big hit?
I don't think so.
No.
I think that cheapened them out. I think it's better because they already announced they're doing the spin-off Spider-Gwen
Yeah.
with Haley Steinfeld. And then they're all doing a
Oh,
sequel,
really?
a direct sequel to Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
So Haley Steinfeld will be in direct competition with herself. 'Cause she's got Bumblebee and she's got Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But Marvel owns, like Marvel Studios or Disney, whomever, owns the animation,
TV rights.
the TV rights.
Yeah.
So any TV show
Uh,
is under Marvel,
Yeah.
where Sony owns the film rights to Spider-Man.
Yeah. Because
So-
I think the latest Spider-Man show is like Marvel's Spider-Man.
Yeah,
The cartoon.
and it's on Disney XD or whatever,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
So that's how those rights work. So they only own the film rights. The intellectual property is
Oh.
it's in Disney for an animated or live action Spider-Man TV show.
man, a live action Spider-Man TV show with a TV budget would be so bad.
Well, they tried to do it on Broadway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Troy went to it though.
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah. Music by U2.
Yeah.
Did they have like any special drinks? Like they always like and like
There's no special
halftime?
drinks and nobody fell, which was good
Well,
because
that's
I heard
good.
when they first launched that whole project, there was a
Yeah.
lot of incidents going
That's
on.
why I never really got.
Did,
Yeah.
did Kirsten
Literally.
Dunst sing in the?
She's not in it. Thank
Aw.
goodness. No.
She was a good singer in Spider-Man 2 and 3.
I don't think she did anything good in that franchise.
Oh.
I wasn't a fan of hers. No.
Do you want to step outside right now? Like, I will get my ass beat defending her.
Yeah.
She was so good in
You're
those
not
movies.
gonna win that.
Troy's got
Like at
my, or
all.
Tim's got my back.
Nah, I'm good, man. I don't feel like both of us getting beat up tonight.
Okay, here's the plan. You break his fist with your face, and then I'll jump in.
Appreciate that, man. Look at my palm. First soldier in. Now, Spider-Man is not only getting this praise from Into the Spider-Verse, but now we're also hearing Far From Home trailer. This coming Saturday, it's rumored that we're going to get a Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, which will probably inevitably be attached to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Now, there's a Comic-Con. It's called CCXP, Comic-Con Experience 2018 in São Paulo, Brazil. And it looks like Sony has a panel there, and apparently they're going to show something from Far From Home,
Nice.
which is
Ooh.
interesting because the one thing, there's some expectation that whatever they show is going to drop onto the internet. But if you remember back to Comic-Con or whatever, they showed stuff and we never got to see it. Especially, remember Infinity War?
Well, that's
Yeah.
a tough one.
Yeah, they showed a bunch of stuff and then we didn't get it until like 4 or 5 months later.
Yeah.
I was scourging the internet for some like Russian websites
Yeah.
that had it. I just had to see it.
But I'm not sure if we're going to get a trailer. So the rumor's there. Do you guys think that Marvel will be publicly dropping a Spider-Man Far From Home trailer on top of Captain Marvel, on top of potentially Avengers 4? Like Avengers 4 is going to overshadow everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Well, who would have the say for Spider-Man's case? Would it be Marvel or Sony?
I don't know. I think Sony,
think
because they're the
Sony.
distributors of it, right?
And that's why I think they would, because Sony's having a hell of a run right now.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
Venom, right? And then Spider-Verse. And then if they could pump out Far From Home, like Sony's killing it right now just with those 3 films.
They probably want that to play in front of Into the Spider-Verse.
They,
Yeah.
it only makes sense,
Yeah.
right? It's very difficult for an audience, though. And we spoke about this in the past, about how do you market Far From Home with the consequences from Infinity War still
Right.
not resolved, and you're dropping an Avengers 4 trailer on top. It just, to me, the marketing at this point made no sense. I kind of threw a tweet out there that there has to be some linkage or some reason that they're doing this. Why put a Captain Marvel trailer? And then the original plan was to drop this Avengers 4 trailer on Wednesday, but now it's a National Day of Mourning because of the death of George H.W. Bush. So they're apparently not dropping it tomorrow morning it was supposed to be on the Good Morning America.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And so that's all shifted now to Friday. So you're going to have Captain Marvel on Monday, Avengers 4 on Friday, and Spider-Man Far From Home on Saturday. My guess is we're not going to see that Spider-Man Far From Home until next week sometime.
Well, I don't know how to answer the Spider-Man one, but I think going off of the Captain Marvel, I think why we got Captain Marvel first and then we're getting the Avengers later is because I'm pretty sure we're going to see Captain Marvel in the Avengers trailer. It would make a lot of sense, right? If you whether you like this trailer or not, you're going to be hit pretty hard with the follow-up trailer, which is going to be Avengers A4.
Yeah.
Hopefully a title will be revealed.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it has to be.
Right.
Like, and I don't know. Like, again, that's another thing. Could be technically 2 separate events.
Yeah.
Is releasing the Avengers 4 title. Because what do? Just spin the title out at the end? like Avengers Annihilation.
Oh yeah, with the music, 'cause you got to hit us with that
Yeah,
Avengers music,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
title.
And I agree with you because I think some of the original rumors are that the Avengers 4 show is supposed to come out first
Right.
on the Monday Night Football, and then Captain Marvel,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm going to say that a lot, guys, was supposed to come out on the Wednesday. But no matter what you do, that Captain Marvel show is going to be buried by the Avengers trailer. And doing it this way makes a bit more sense for the marketing is get a big trailer, get people talking about Captain Marvel for 2-3 days, and then boom, I agree.
Yeah.
She's going to be in this trailer in some capacity. It's like, oh, wow, now I can connect these two
Exactly.
universes up.
Yeah.
In the sense that, yeah, I know they're Marvel, but wow, she's now part of this.
Yes.
This is insane.
Yes.
So that makes a whole bunch of sense. The Spider-Man Far From Home, not as much. It makes more sense being in front of Into the Spider-Verse. And yes, we get the public drop. So probably, my guess would be Wednesday. They'll show something on Saturday. We hear some description coming out of it. And then they'll drop it with Into the Spider-Verse.
It should just be like a blank screen. This is Spider-Man Far From Home, ?
Yeah.
And then you don't really know if it's going to come out. Be
Did
like,
we make this?
I don't know.
Yeah, and then it fades.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would actually be really
Kind of play
cool.
on it, right?
Yeah.
Is that if they just put the title up and then they had it do the snap fade.
Oh.
That's
That'd be
marketing
bonkers.
genius.
Well, why aren't we marketing comic book movies?
We should be.
You should be,
Right? Like, we should have our own studio.
We do. We're in it.
Yeah. But, like, Marvel and DC and everyone else, like, even Hellboy, they should all be giving us, like, Spawn. Be like, hey, guys, we don't know how to market Spawn. Be like, yo, Toddy McFarlane, come over here.
Yeah.
We'll
Trust us with your $250 million marketing budget.
we got this. We got this. Like, we have such experience. Combine the three of us. We could do it.
Yeah.
We've got years of experience.
Years of Spawn experience. What you need to do is hire John Leguizamo to play the clown again, and then you got another hit.
Just remake the first one.
Yeah.
So good.
Ahead of the game, though, they were doing the digital cape before Henry Cavill was.
Right? Yeah, that cape was massive.
Yeah.
It was like the size of, like, half a city
Also
block.
looks like a Nintendo 64 game.
You know, it was a different time. But the funny thing was, I remember watching it at the time and not thinking anything of it.
I didn't mind it back when I was a kid.
Right? Like,
but-
I don't know if it was just, like, because we were kids, but, like, do you think because we hadn't seen that before, people's, like, eyes weren't adjusted? Whereas, like, now when you see CGI, like, the shit we see now, if we go back 20 years, we're going to be like, oh, man, that looks so bad.
Well, it's like how things hold up, right? Like,
Yeah.
the only thing, one of the best things that hold up is Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back to that
It's
retrospective.
so practical.
Yeah. But you can't tell that. Like, but you go back, even movies 2-3 years before that. You're
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
looks not great.
Oh, yeah. Like, Independence Day was made the same year as Batman Forever. And if you look at the two, it's, or like Jurassic Park was made, and it's like better.
That's another
than,
one that holds up.
Oh, it's better
Jurassic
than
Park
most
It holds
CGI
up-
today.
Yeah, it holds up better, I think, than even the CGI in the new ones.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
I would
it's
say
all
so.
practical.
Yeah.
Right, right.
It's supplemented a bit with CGI,
yeah.
but a lot of it is practical, especially the close-up stuff.
Oh.
And so that makes a huge difference. But anyways, we digress. Let's talk a little bit about this Avengers 4 trailer.
Yes.
Now, we're anticipating it. Our original plan here actually was we were going to leave a little space at the end and reconvene on Skype tomorrow and talk about it so we got something out. But now let's move to Friday. Hopefully Friday. I don't know. These are rumors. Who knows what this is?
No, let's just put our stamp on it. Tomorrow you will see the Avengers 4 trailer, or I will mail you 1 penny.
There you go. It costs you $10 and we'll never get there. But what do you guys think we're going to see in this trailer?
Hardcore nudity.
I think it.
Man, it's just threw the trailer right off.
I think a change up of the status quo. I mean, if this movie does have a bit of a time jump from where we left off after the snap, it would be kind of neat to see like Tony Stark somewhere else different. Captain America somewhere else. I don't know. I really don't know what they're gonna do. It will be interesting too if. Do we see Spider-Man? I mean, because when you go back to Justice League, the big thing is are they going to show Superman? And they showed zero Superman.
They did really good on that.
They did
But
held off.
I think it affected the box
But
office.
I was just going to say, I think it affected the box office because if
Yeah.
they showed us Superman in the first place, might have done a little bit better that film, right?
It's got to be a subtle tease if they're going to... I don't think they're... Marvel has the, I think, awareness and I think it has the support to just go with, we don't need to show Black Panther, we don't need to show Spider-Man,
That's true.
we just leave everyone dead.
Right, and we have the Avengers.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's
But
true.
to me, the best thing they can do, like you're saying, Troy, is not show them together. Show them individually dealing with things or in their own little teams. Because there's all these rumors of what things are going to be, right?
Right.
Space suits or quantum suits and all
Yeah.
this. For this initial tease, you almost have to show each individual dealing with the snap-pocalypse in their own way. How maybe Captain America has retreated back. Tony Stark is tinkering. You know,
Yes.
Bruce, you know, they have to treat this in a very subtle way. And then maybe at the end, introduce maybe show the introduction of Fury, or no, I guess Fury's gone, of Captain Marvel arrive. I don't know, but you want to leave that mystery of how they rejoin, how Tony gets back with presumably Nebula,
Right.
how how they deal with it. We want to see that in the film a little bit. I know we're eventually going to get spoiled on some of this with the trailers, but this has to be a true tease.
Yeah.
They don't want to go full bore with this quite yet.
Because do you think like this is crazy, and I'm probably dead wrong, but do you think we could go so far gone that some of the Avengers are even like questioning themselves in the fact that maybe what Thanos did isn't so bad? Like, could we see someone like say Hulk's like, I have been Hulk for 2 years, and you know what? We don't really need to fight any bad guys. We don't need to do anything. Like, the world's in a better place. Like, could we see one individual from that team different, that far gone?
I got one in my head.
What do you got?
Tony.
Yeah.
Him
Crazy.
questioning, right? Because he was always looking for that end game.
Yeah.
He's always looking for how to fix all this.
Right.
What if this, in his mind, fixes it? What if it takes Captain America coming back and being like, Tony, we need to fix this. We need to come back together.
Boom.
Like, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about that. Like, we're always looking for Tony to be the catalyst for all of this.
Yeah.
But maybe the way he's grieved is to just really analytically break this down.
Accept it.
And say, this makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, things are better now. I don't know. That's what I love about Thanos. And there's a few Twitter conversations. I think Matthew Salvador threw this out there about what makes a good villain.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to me, it is questioning whether or not what the villain is doing or did is right. And I know it's not right to eliminate half the universe, but if you look at it from Thanos' perspective, he thinks he was doing the right thing. And it makes you think of things like this. Will one of them buy into it?
Exactly.
Because it's plausible that they could. I don't see it being Captain America,
Right, no.
but the more scientific, the more analytical people, like Tony or Banner, may buy into this.
What if like people of Earth make Thanos like this hero, this savior, and they build like statues of him, and now like the Avengers have to go against like the people of Earth maybe because they're so grateful to be alive that they're like, oh, you know, now I got like no more overpopulation or stuff. I don't know, like, you know, I'm not saying Thanos is right, but what if that's the way the movie takes it, and then like the survivors just have like the survivor's guilt, and they're like, oh, praise Thanos. And then the Avengers have to go against, like, they're kind of like the bad guys now.
Right.
Because they were trying to stop him.
Because he might have some kind of following out there.
I'm sure he probably would if that happened in real life. I'm sure absolutely there would be some, like, crazy nut jobs.
The kind of the deity thing that they did with Superman, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, he basically had this following. And you see the Asgardians even. There's reference to that in the past. That they have some weird following. Like a cultish
Homecoming,
following.
there's a church, I think, right? For the Asgardians.
I don't think they're going to take it that dark.
I don't think so.
I would
either,
love them to. They're like, hey, Zack Snyder, can you make this film? Like, that's what he would do. And I would be so on board with that.
He's totally would. But it's exciting because it's an Avengers 4 trailer.
Yeah.
We're definitely getting the title. If they drop a trailer, they have to drop the title.
Yes.
And what's your guess on the title? Final guess before a potential drop here. Lay it down. What do you think?
What were the options again that we had before? There's Annihilation. There's Endgame.
There's Endgame, Annihilation. You could even do Infinity Gauntlet. You could do Avengers Forever.
I'll say Reborn.
Avengers Reborn.
Yeah,
Avengers
like that comic run
Disassembled.
from like the 90s after Onslaught.
Reborn. The Heroic Age.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I mean, I don't know if Disassemble would fit. I just like Disassembled as a title.
Yeah.
It just sounds great, but I just don't necessarily think it would fit at this time in the franchise of the Avengers.
Isn't that Lego 2? Disassembled.
No.
No,
That's
but
a
it's a
Bendis
play
run.
on like building.
That was a bad joke.
Oh. I thought you were thinking
I
of,
thought you were serious.
I think it's actually called the number 2 movie. Or
yeah.
I don't know. So
Right
what
over
are you
their
saying?
heads.
Yeah. I'll go Disassembled. I'll just throw it out there.
Disassembled. Okay. The two that I've been banging back and forth, I've been really for Avengers Forever.
Yeah. That's
okay,
right.
yeah.
Okay, so it plays on the 4 in a kind of a dumb way. But it also, Infinity and Forever are kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah.
I kind of like that. And it's the Infinity is a play on maybe the evil end, and the Forever is no matter what. You go back to the Avengers Forever run. It's a 12-issue miniseries that was done. I can't remember who did it, but maybe Kurt Busiek. Can't remember. Anyways, great story. Pulls some elements of like wandering around the timeline and pulling people and all this. So it kind of connects there as well. The other one is Avengers Annihilation.
Yeah. That's a big one.
That's a big one. I feel I want it to be Avengers Forever.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's Avengers Annihilation.
Yeah. Annihilation's cool. So do you think we'd get like some kind of like Annihilation wave of some sort? Or
I don't know.
something
Like
cosmic like
Annihilus or something.
Yeah.
That's the problem with this. It's like they used Age of Ultron, but it didn't adapt that exact thing. It's just a cool
Yeah,
title.
yeah, exactly.
So I don't know if the title is meant to be meaningful or not in this. Annihilation to me doesn't have the same meaning that say Infinity. Like Infinity doesn't have a huge meaning because of what it adapted.
Right.
But Infinity War, I should say. But what does Annihilation mean for this? Not a whole bunch in the Avengers world, because Annihilation is associated with the cosmic world. It's not really associated with an Avengers storyline per se.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I'm gonna say Avengers Forever, just because.
Yeah, I'll do two. Then I'll either do Infinity Gauntlet. 'Cause didn't Glamora
Yeah, I think so.
slip that out? Who knows if that's true? So either go Infinity Gauntlet or Disassembled. Maybe because they are disassembled at this point.
Yeah.
After a grace period that's gone by.
Do you think the A is going to be a 4 like Fan 4 stick?
Fan 4 stick.
4 Avengers?
And that's
One
why
for
Avengers
all.
Forever.
No, 1 for all.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild. I really hope we get it this week. And
Yeah.
people have been chomping at the bit for this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm one of them. There's some people going real negative with it.
Weird, right?
Yeah, giving like negative reviews and thumbs down on YouTube videos and all this stuff.
I don't understand that.
On the trailer or
Yeah, on like other Marvel stuff.
Yeah,
like it's
yeah,
really
I don't
weird.
really
they're
understand
just
that.
like, we want the trailer so we hate everything else? Is that what?
Wasn't there some kind of controversy with like the Captain Marvel trailer coming first too?
Yeah.
It's
But
really
isn't
weird.
it come out first? Like Captain Marvel comes out in March?
Yeah.
The internet's a weird place. Man.
It is.
Yeah.
Is it? I've never been.
You're on it every single Thursday.
My parents won't take off the parent control lock,
Yeah.
so I'm not allowed to go on the internet.
No,
or shoot
it's
videos.
Yeah.
locked down. By the way,
I don't
And
shoot
the
those
parents.
videos. I talk to myself. You mean someone's been shooting me and posting those on YouTube? What's going on?
Yeah, the world is a funny place. All right, continuing with Avengers Infinity War, the director, the Russo brothers.
Yeah.
So they direct Avengers 4 here. They're the people that have crafted a lot of this universe post Joss Whedon. You know, give a lot of credit to what the Russos have done, with Winter Soldier, Civil War, and now Infinity War and Avengers 4. They've held it down. They've done some really great stuff. And they recently just did a Q&A session after hosting, I believe Collider pulled it together, and they hosted an Infinity War IMAX screening, and then they did a Q&A after. This is with Joe and Anthony Russo. So the first thing that they said at the top here. Now I'm taking all this, I believe it was one of the writers from Superhero Hype. This is where I got some of these bullet points from. So the first thing they said is, we are not talking about Avengers 4. We're not talking about a trailer. We're not talking about a title. So no questions could be asked about
Well,
that.
they confirmed there is going to be an Avengers 4 just by saying that.
They did.
I had
But
no
they've
idea.
Spent 6 months filming it. But I pulled a few of the main points. There's pages. It's like a 2.5 hour or whatever I said there. Interview or Q&A session. People were firing all kinds of questions at them, and they seem pretty forthcoming with a lot of things. But I pulled some of the interesting ones off here. Now, one is, after Avengers 4, Anthony and Joe Russo did state that they would like to take a break. And Joe Russo kind of jokingly said the only reason that they come back to Marvel if we were to make a Secret Wars movie.
Oh, baby.
Oh, what?
So they put that out into the universe. Now, he said it jokingly, but just imagine a Secret Wars. Now that we have X-Men, Fantastic Four, what's the potential there?
Oh, that's so huge.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's crazy because wasn't even some of the Fantastic Four members
Yeah,
were
I think a
Skrulls,
thing-
Invisible
yeah.
Women, I think.
No, Secret Wars. Is that what am I saying?
Or sorry, I think it's Secret Invasion.
Yes.
Sorry,
Secret
Secret
Wars
Wars
is
obviously
like
the original.
Like the
Yeah,
80s.
Black Suit
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
shoot. Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, because it's the Beyonder, right?
Yeah.
Who's controlling the
That's
whole
right.
games. The villains, Doctor Doom, Magneto versus.
I think there's like Galactus is in it too.
I think Galactus is in it. Thing's in it, but Thing doesn't have any powers anymore.
Yeah.
Spider-Man gets the black suit. Hulk's out there. Captain Marvel, but it's not.
It's the proper it's the original Captain Marvel, isn't it?
Well, it's the what she's in the movie, Monica.
Oh, Monica Rambeau.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or Rambo, or whatever.
Rambeau, yeah.
I think it's her.
Rambeau, yeah. No.
That's the Captain Marvel. Oh man, that's huge.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah,
Oh,
these
man.
well, it was
Battle
a joke,
World.
but he put it out in the universe.
Yeah.
So you know it's gonna happen
Yeah.
at some point in time.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, that's. Whew, I would see that.
Yeah. One of the interesting facts that kind of come out of this as well is when they're talking about the kind of the filmmaking process and all, the scenes, the alternate scenes that we did see on the Blu-ray, and the cut scenes were that's it. There's no
Wow.
other movie. This is what they're
Really?
saying.
No Snyder cut.
They said no. There's
No
no
Russo brothers cut.
There's no 4-hour cut. It was interesting listening to them because you can go on and listen to it, and how they approach their writing. That's where they do the chopping. It's not filming everything
Cool.
and then chopping it later. It's being very rigorous and almost, I can't remember the word he used, but the way they craft their story is very harshly cut pre-filming. So everything they film is used, and then they pick up quite a few things, I think, to connect pieces together once they kind of assemble this whole thing. But it's interesting to see their filmmaking process.
Marvel must love these guys.
Yeah.
Disney they're saving them a lot of money by not having to shoot things. Like,
Yeah.
put these guys under Lucasfilm to do a couple movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Sticking to the budget. Nice.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how about this one? There were discussions about including Marvel's Netflix characters.
No way.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Oh,
I bet
my
you they said Feige's like, don't bother. They're gonna be cut in a couple years anyways. So
Yeah, I don't know. The reason they said they weren't in it because, and this is a quote from the Superhero Hype article, is that ultimately it would have been too convoluted of a movie to bring them in.
It would have.
just show one picture. Just show
would've.
Daredevil like, I don't know, waking up or something, and then the fans would have
We
went
could have
crazy.
had Daredevil on Team Cap's side, like when we saw them.
Oh,
the
yeah.
street team, right? They were
Yeah.
more of like, you could have had this Daredevil show up there. Don't even have to explain it. Just
There's
have them there,
potential
right?
there, right? What they should have done in hindsight.
Yeah.
They don't have I don't know how much control they have over the Netflix series. It's just had them all disappear at the end of their Netflix series.
Yeah, at the end.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
At Daredevil end credit is him disappearing, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist, both figuratively and literally.
Yeah.
now.
I like
Wouldn't that
that.
be something? They were also asked about Spider-Man Homecoming and the misstep that we talked about last week with the 8 years later.
Yeah.
The direct response was, we didn't make Spider-Man Homecoming.
Ooh, shots fired at those directors.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. And the last one here that I just wanted to point out was it was brought up a question whether it's a Thor Thanos movie. If you go back to a review of Infinity War, we discussed this exact aspect. They both have the most running time. Thor's story seems to be a bit more complete than anyone else's. Captain America, not so much. Iron Man, a little bit more. And then we argued, I think, in the end, that it's actually Thanos' movie.
For sure.
Like, he plays the protagonist in
sure.
from his mind frame and from his vision. He is the protagonist of that film. And the Avengers are kind of the antagonists. And so when asked about that, he said that had Thor put the axe and killed Thanos, so if he had to put it into his head, it would have been a Thor movie. And because Thor didn't, it's Thanos' movie.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's a nice, cool way of
Yeah.
approaching it that the victor gets the movie.
Yeah.
And it came down to that last scene about Thor just not being smart. You should have went for the head.
Should have gone for the head.
Yeah.
No shots fired at Star-Lord, so that's all right.
No.
Yeah.
Thor's fault.
Yeah.
Not yet. Actually, sorry, I missed one here. The Red Skull cameo.
Oh right.
Oh,
How
best for last.
how it came about.
All right.
So one of the things that they did say, so on Vormir when they needed some connecting pieces for introducing the Soul Stone, Joe Russo said that they needed someone who the audience could trust, so who had some background in the universe. And interestingly enough, screenwriters Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, they've been with Captain America the whole time, right? We spoke about this in the past, about how they've written Cap's entire arc. And so because they wrote the first Avenger, they're the ones that champion the Red Skull being included there.
Brilliant.
And
Brilliant.
apparently, what's his name was asked to come back.
Oh, Hugo Weaving.
Oh,
Hugo
okay.
Weaving.
Yeah.
He was asked.
Because he's
to come
obligated too.
back. He I guess has a contract,
yeah.
but that may have expired already by now.
He's doing V for Vendetta too.
Is that a real thing?
Seriously?
No.
gonna
If
say.
you saw the movie.
I can't remember the end of that
Oh
movie,
man,
but-
what they should have done. Okay, so you're going there in the Soul Stone, and he removes, and then they remove their hood. Who is there? Jane Foster.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine the studio or the theater would have erupted? It would have been crazy. They
Would
would have
have
been like,
booed.
"She's back, man!"
I've left.
Oh, can you imagine? Like, talk about like the most like intense curveball. This would have been bigger than Sixth Sense. This would have been bigger than Empire Strikes Back. This would have been the biggest thing in history.
The worst. I literally would have booed.
Yeah.
Get off the stage.
I'm gonna like learn to do like special effects and just like change your Blu-ray copy of the film so that it is Jane Foster instead
Man,
of
if
Red
you've
Skull.
put that much work into it, I will watch it.
All right, who wants to train me on special effects?
You crazy son of a bitch.
Gonna quit my job. Gonna sell all my belongings just so I could do this one scene for
You
Tim.
better pass that by your wife first. I'm
She's
sure
cool with it.
Yeah, I'm sure. No, but it's nice to see the directors of Infinity War give a bit of a breakdown about the filmmaking process and some of the little pieces that were put into this that made this film special.
Oh, that's great.
Absolutely
That's great,
special.
man.
Now, spinning over to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
We've had that confirmed Loki series in the MCU here. You know, we're getting the Cassian Andor series, The Mandalorian. Another one that was rumored was a Scarlet Witch standalone where it was going back into some sort of story of hers. Now, it was confirmed or recently confirmed that this rumor is now in fact something that is official. Now, through Deadline, they reported that there's an extra character being inserted into this.
Yeah.
Who is in fact getting top billing. So it's now called, or the title that is out there, been put out there, is Vision and the Scarlet Witch, which implies that Paul Bettany will be reprising the role of Vision, probably more in the form of his human character that we did see at the start of Infinity War, and maybe with some big build up to the a reveal of a Vision. We still don't know what happened to Vision here.
Right.
We'll probably get White Vision back.
Yes.
I'm guessing without the Soul Stone in his head,
Yeah.
or not Soul Stone, the Mind Stone. But what do you guys think of now getting a Vision and Scarlet Witch miniseries of some sort, 6, 8 issues, episodes, and now it's not so much a Scarlet Witch standalone, but it is both of them. This is a bit of a play on the comic book they've had in the past.
Right. Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I guess this kind of definitely sets us between Civil War and Infinity War, I would say. I mean, depending when we get it, I guess
There's some space to work in there.
there's a little bit of space. I mean, like you mentioned, though, we are going to get a lot of Paul Bettany in human form, which is kind of a letdown because when you think of Vision, you don't think of the human form whatsoever. But for budgeted purposes, you'd have to have him and scale him back to human. Story wise, I think it would be kind of cool if we just had more Scarlet Witch and kind of take it the route of FX's show Legion.
Yes.
You could do something kind of cool and trippy like that with her powers because we haven't really seen her train her powers properly. Like she kind of struggles like a bit, I guess, in Civil War, the fact blowing up stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it plays out.
She's got to be careful around Vision, She doesn't use protection. She might get a computer virus.
Back pocket that one, eh?
Maybe he get a computer virus. If anything.
Sunjay.
I'm just saying, man. I'm looking out for her.
Jeez.
You gotta get a firewall, and you gotta be careful.
You sold them buzzwords, right? You must sell Wreck-It Ralph.
No, I haven't, but that's the only computer words I know.
Yeah, I'm done.
That's it. Don't ask me anything more.
Modem. No, I think for me at least, I like the idea of this, but the budget's going to be the big thing.
Yeah.
You may get 1 or 2 episodes of Vision in his proper look.
Right.
The interesting thing, or what I want them to do, is a post Avengers 4. And I want them to explore a little bit of, like you're saying or alluding to, the idea of Scarlet Witch starting to teeter, starting to lose control, starting to form maybe different realities, and use that as a catalyst for a future film where you go back to the Bendis era of comics.
Yes.
And she's used as the House of M, right? Yeah. This catalyst for altering reality and doing something a little bit, just show her tweaking out a little bit.
Yeah.
Computer virus.
And then continue, exactly. And then continue that into the films that she's starting to lose control of her powers as she refines them. We've seen her elevate her powers, and Vision's even referred to that, right? That we need to see her now start to lose control a little bit. She's got a lot of control kind of as we get into Civil War, as we get into Infinity War. She had a big scene there in the Wakanda battle.
Yeah.
They need to show her progressing beyond that into something more powerful, because Wanda she was used as a scapegoat for a good chunk of the 2000 comics.
For sure.
Right? She was the cause and what really fixed things, right?
Exactly. Do you think we'll get a mention of her parents? Like, could we?
No.
Because now that the Fox rights are back, could we be like?
But they're not legally back yet.
Not quite, but you could even leave it open. Like, did you know your parents? As adopted, I don't really know them. Like, they're out there.
That would be cool. They said January 1 is potentially the official close date on that.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Early January maybe.
Yeah.
But pretty wild.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of looking forward to this show actually.
Okay.
If they have to, I want them outside. I don't want to get caught into this Star Wars framework where they're always going back and filling in little spaces, because even from the timeline we spoke about last week, between Civil War and Infinity War, there's really only a year there.
Yeah, it's very limited.
They push Infinity War back to 2017 from 2018. Right? In that
like
timeline.
Civil War 2016, right?
Yeah. So there's really only a year for Cap to grow that beard and that hair out, right?
Yeah.
So they've only been secret avenging for like a year.
That's right.
And they had to take time off for Christmas, so it's only really been like 11
Yeah, and
months.
with visits to Wakanda.
Yeah.
Summer vacation.
Yeah.
Totally unrelated, and I'm going to ask this question
Surprise,
even though...
surprise.
I'm going to say, I assume the answer is no, but did you guys watch Sunday Night Football this weekend?
No, I watched about 2 minutes and 38 seconds of Monday Night Football.
So in the game, they always introduce the players and they say what university they went to in their college days. So they introduce this one player and he goes, I can't even remember the name. I think it was like Michael Bennett or something. But he goes like, Michael Bennett, Wakanda Tech. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Wakanda Tech.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So he's a little shout out to Black
WT.
Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah.
So, last thing we're going to talk about in the Marvel world this week, for This Week in Marvel, before we jump into Grab's question and then we're going to hop back to the MCU and talk this Captain Marvel trailer, is Netflix. They're at it again. And surprisingly, they canceled Daredevil, which seemed to come as a shock to the writers, to this is what I'm seeing on Twitter, to Marvel themselves. They actually canned this series. So I want to ask you guys, with Luke Cage, Iron Fist, presumably Jessica Jones is going to get next.
Yeah.
And then we got one season of Punisher still to come out before that potentially goes away. Do you think there's something more going on at Netflix? We've seen a lot of shows canceled, and particularly Daredevil, one of the most well-received Marvel Netflix, if not the most well-received Marvel Netflix series. And holistically, there's ups and downs in that Daredevil, but it is fantastic TV.
Yep.
It is the best portrayal we'll ever get of Daredevil. But do you think there's something bigger in play here? Even though Marvel has said they were shocked by it, is there some bigger coup going on where they're trying to drag these characters back? Will we see this rebooted, revived on Disney Plus? What do you guys think are going on at Netflix and with Daredevil as an intellectual property?
I think it's all on Netflix. I think Netflix is trying to get rid of the properties in a sense because Netflix is growing, but I feel like because it's Marvel, maybe Netflix pays them for these properties and it's getting more expensive to the point where we don't necessarily need these properties.
They've got what they needed out of it
and go somewhere else and split that money in half. You know what I mean? So, because if it's a shock to Marvel, if they had a season 4 written and ready to go for Daredevil, it doesn't really necessarily make sense for them to have.
Well, that's what I heard,
cut it
right?
on Marvel's side. So I think it's all Netflix trying to close their ties on that and move forward. And
it's a good point. I never really thought of it that way. That they're just basically cutting their losses.
Exactly.
This Marvel stuff has given them what they wanted. They've kind of soaked everything out of this.
Yeah.
And they're just saying, all right, we're not paying for this anymore.
Yep.
Go back to Disney Plus because eventually you're going to want them.
Yeah.
And we'll just get what we can out of you with Daredevil and Punisher and then see ya.
I'm done. Yeah.
Good point.
Interesting. Yeah. I think it's Disney. I just think, they got their Disney Plus streaming. They may want to just cancel these and start fresh. I don't foresee these showing up on Disney Plus. They might not even show up on Netflix anymore, to be honest with you. I mean,
you may see them on Hulu.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, I don't know. I don't know if Disney's even gonna bother. I think they might just say, cut our losses, and they're gonna say, hey, here's a brand new Daredevil series.
But it's to me with what they've done with that Daredevil in particular, maybe Punisher, even Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, they're all really well done and they're really well casted. To me, it's more of a loss for them to not pick this up in some capacity.
Yeah.
I don't think a reboot in any way is going to benefit them. And I talked about this last week or the week before that there's got to be a move at some point to bring Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Daredevil into the MCU. They can't last forever on Captain Marvel, on Black Panther. These actors, these characters are going to have to go the same way that Captain Marvel. Why do I do that? Captain America, Thor, and all that. They're going to require this supplementing the universe here at some point. And those are characters that are now have a raised profile. To me, the best thing they can do is eventually spin these characters into their own films. A Heroes for Hire film, a proper Daredevil film, adapt something bigger. Bring the Kingpin into it. And bring in Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Expand or really embrace those into the MCU. Say that content's there, but let's say it all happens in 2014, 2015 or something, right?
Yeah.
So you isolate that as far as the continuity of it all to just being a couple years after the big New York event.
Yeah.
And then spin this out and revive it in some way, in some capacity, particularly Daredevil. Like Charlie Cox could carry a film.
Yes. See, and that's the thing, because I think you have to pick and choose who could really carry a film. And you mentioned it's Charlie Cox and it's Kingpin. Those guys right there, you could do it. I don't know, because we don't know the ratings too of the properties, right? So it's like, who's to say, like, Luke Cage and Iron Fist, we pretty much have an idea Iron Fist didn't have the greatest ratings. But Luke Cage, they didn't have the biggest following, so it's like, would it make sense to put them on the big screen? Maybe not. But a Daredevil, obviously.
Yeah.
A Punisher, even. I mean, Punisher in the past has had big theatrical movie releases. So it makes sense to put those characters on. And the Daredevils and the Punishers and the Kingpin fit in that MCU world so much better than anybody else on there. So... I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, man, for that. Shoot.
It's a true loss.
Like, it is.
It's as much as in the past we've been critical of the length of these.
Yeah.
The quality has never faltered too much. Yeah, they hit and miss here and there. And I haven't watched Jessica Jones season 2. I've never watched any of the Iron Fist stuff. But at the same time, Daredevil, it should have been the last one they canceled.
I know, especially coming off of, I'm not going to spoil anything, but the last season, like, come on. That was...
It was
That's
good.
great.
It was good until the last scene.
All right, well, I gotta get on these now. So like maybe one day, like the three of us, we could just binge, just like Netflix and chill and watch Punisher and
like it's like 40 hours.
Let's just like one day. Let's just like get some blankets, maybe like some snacks, like our pajamas, and let's just like binge watch like the season 1 of Punisher.
Well, speaking off of Iron Fist though, we're getting Shang-Chi. Like we're getting a live action Shang-Chi film, which is, I think that's awesome.
The best part about that too, that was one of the original films and characters that they use as collateral with Merrill Lynch when they got the $500 million, when the loan from Merrill Lynch, the $500 million to start Marvel Studios. Shang-Chi was like one of the collateral characters.
Way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So my only experience with the character is when I was a kid, I bought an action figure of him, and then I brought him home and I played with him like twice and he broke. So I just like have no attachment to the character now, because like this guy just breaks like second time I use him, like stupid.
Well, I was only introduced to him a little while back in the Spider-Man run, and he's really cool because Spider-Man lost his spider sense, and that's all Spider-Man knows. So Spider-Man couldn't fight the way he normally does, but Shang-Chi taught Spider-Man how to fight without his spider sense, making Spider-Man fight better, it's kind of like Captain America teaching, someone how to fight, which is really a cool aspect. So I've always kind of had a little soft spot for that character. So I'd love to see this guy be brought to the forefront, especially in the MCU. I think it's great.
It's like Karate Kid.
Yeah. Wax on, wax off.
Did he have like the fly and you have to like try to take it from his hand?
No, I think he had Spider-Man blindfolded when he was doing a lot of the teachings. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's Shang-Chi, the only experience I have is AVX.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he played a big part in that along with Iron Fist. It was a pretty cool. It was one of the side books that they did. I can't remember.
It wasn't the main title. It was
It was. I can't remember who it was.
Even like the new Avengers part.
Yeah, it was some part of the AVX stuff in 2011 or 12. Whatever that was.
12 there. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of him lately.
No.
But yeah, pretty wild times. Yeah. Pretty wild times in Marvel. And you know what, guys? We're about an hour in at this point.
Wow.
And I'm going to have to throw an apology out to Grabs.
I'm sorry, Grabs.
Because we're going to move this question to next week.
I sidetracked us too long. It's all on me.
All on Sunjay. Yeah, blame Sunjay for this week.
It's like that Akon song. You can put the blame on me.
Yeah, right there. Right on his shoulders. No, I want to give us a little bit of time to talk about Captain Marvel. Yeah. And I don't want to go over kind of that hour and a half. We try to give ourselves the hour and a half framework here, but we'll definitely get to it next week. It's a good question about deaths and all that. So Grabs, get next week off if you don't think of a question.
Grabs is he's very dark lately. Just talking about death and destruction.
I think he's been hilarious lately. Grabs is killing me.
Grabs has been bringing it. Yeah. His GIF game? Or GIF game? Is it GIF or GIF?
GIF.
GIF or GIF?
GIF?
GIF? GIF?
GIF.
GIF?
I don't know. You
GIF?
tell us, internet.
GIF.
All right, let's. Sunjay is on point tonight.
I'm sorry, I didn't take my ADD medicine today, so.
Well, we'll see. Okay, you got me all thrown off here, man. Let's talk Captain Marvel here. First things first. This poster.
Yeah.
Before the trailer, we got a beautiful, very colorful, very vibrant, very cosmic-looking poster. This is one of the best ones that we've seen, at least for a teaser poster, in quite some time, if I do say so. Do you guys agree with this?
For a teaser well, you know what? I got ruined because you know what happened? This poster got released and I saw it, but somebody edited the photo and made her have this weird smile. But it was kind of well done to the point where I'm like, what? This is the
It's
poster.
kind of creepy.
Yeah, and then I saw the poster we all know now, and I'm like, oh, okay, but I can't see it. Like
You can't unsee it.
I can't unsee
Do you know what
it.
It's
it
like the
is?
Joker.
Do you
Yeah.
remember that when the first trailer was released and they're like, why does she never smile?
Exactly.
And then someone photoshopped in all the smiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, people said that about Superman and Man of Steel. So I was
He never smiles.
Yeah.
oh my god. Do you know who never smiles? Captain Marvel. Do you know who smiles? Superman.
No, they tried to paint his lips on. Anyways, back to this poster.
Yes.
I absolutely love it.
Oh man,
It's
so
colorful.
good.
It's vibrant. It's got that binary sense to it for
Yeah.
Captain Marvel. She looks great. The costume looks great. This one is definitely going to find its way into the nerd room. I
Nice.
absolutely
Nice.
love this poster. It's our episode art for this week too.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it looks
Use
good.
2 for 1. It's definitely an upgrade on the other one. I thought she was too small in the other one when it showed like the hanger.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
It's,
yeah.
it's good, but this one is definitely
that was a true
upgrade.
teaser.
Yeah.
like that was. This is a bit more of your official poster. Like this is the one that's going to show up in a big way in the movie theaters and all that because it gives that feel. And like when you look at this trailer, just at a high level, guys. And again, I guess spoilers for Captain Marvel. We're going to try to break this down a little bit, talk about some of the elements, maybe pull in some comic book knowledge, and really try to theorize a bit where we think this film is going, what this trailer is trying to tell us.
Yeah.
But just at a high level, overall thoughts before we get into some more of the spoiler talk. Sunjay, what did you think of this trailer?
I thought it was a really good trailer. I'm more excited for it than I was just based off the first trailer. Just the action looks on point. That end scene really blew me away. I'm excited to see it. Looks kind of like a buddy cop movie, if you will. It looks like how if Green Lantern was done right, how it should have been. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for everything, but this one here, I think it'll be something special, and I can't wait to see it in theaters. And this is whetting my appetite because they'll probably give us like maybe 1 or 2 more trailers. So haven't given a ton away, but what they have told us it's been awesome, man.
Yeah. I think it looks okay. The trailer.
Oh,
yeah, the trailer
okay.
for me is only okay. It's you know what? I might even like the other one a little bit more
Okay.
than this one. We'll get into it though.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say right there.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
get into it,
Actually,
though.
I'm gonna change my mind. I like the first one better than the second one. I agree with Troy. I was just trying to be polite, but
Is that a real?
Yeah, I can't tell.
I can't tell. I can't tell. I have
I'm
no
that
idea.
good of an actor. Just give me the Oscar right now.
No
And
idea.
the award
That's-
for best
yeah, I
acting in a
really can't tell.
podcast. goes
My
to
shoulders
Sunjay.
are above my ears. I have no idea. For me, this one really landed.
Yeah.
It gave me that Guardians of the Galaxy vibe.
Yeah.
A lot of, especially the first when you get past the first action scene, but when you get, you guys know what I'm talking about. We'll
Yeah.
get into it.
Yeah.
But there's got that, and then I've got an Iron Man vibe in the background
Yes.
a little bit too.
Yes.
I'm feeling the Nick Fury stuff.
Yeah.
The action looks on point. How colorful it is, and the only thing is Brie Larson worries me just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
She looks like a badass.
Yeah.
Worries me just a tiny
Yeah.
bit. But let's get into that,
Oh.
guys. We're
Whoa.
gonna put the spoiler tag
Am I
on
the
this.
most positive of this trailer?
Hey, mine. I'm like my.
No.
Sounds pretty
Oh.
positive.
No.
But I don't know your answer because I don't know if you're actually serious or not if you like the first trailer more.
We're gonna find that out right now because we're gonna put the spoiler tag on,
Yeah.
and now we're gonna jump into all the details of this trailer. So we're gonna kick it off by talking about this somewhat in sequential order as we get it.
Okay.
The first scene we see here is revisiting the old woman punch we saw from the original trailer. I think this is in here intentionally to say to the audience, this isn't an old woman.
Well, duh. Like, who thought it was actually an old lady? That
People
she
that don't
punches?
know who Skrulls are. 'Cause
Like-
we get a nice overprint of Nick Fury explaining the Kree and the Skrull, which is pretty cool too.
Like, clearly something's like askew.
But isn't it kind of weird because it's like I think the first trailer we obviously see her punch the old lady, but it's like in the middle of the trailer.
Yeah.
because the trailer
Yeah.
starts with her landing on Blockbuster, which I love.
Yeah.
as a matter of fact.
That was cool.
But this trailer, they opened it up with her. It's weird to open up a trailer with someone punching an old lady. And to me, I was just like, whoa, we're doing that. And then obviously Nick Fury's explaining like she is a Skrull, but it's like the general audience doesn't really know what a Skrull can do. We still haven't seen a transformation.
Yeah.
That is-
Why was there no transformation in this trailer?
Oh,
They're
Blows my
saving it.
mind.
Yeah, good point. Maybe the CGI is not done yet because, I mean, it's
Yeah.
better to wait than to post like bad CGI and people be like, for 3 months, oh, look at that bad
For sure.
transformation.
And that's a
But
terrible-
maybe
yeah.
they should have said like the Kree or like the Skrulls are shapeshifters. Maybe
Yeah.
they should have
I think
mentioned
that's a
that
big-
because I
big
kind of
deal.
just take that for granted.
Well, and that's the thing too, and I think you guys are right on playing on that, is that maybe in that context that Nick Fury gives, he says to her, like, what do you mean shapeshifters?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And just play off of Samuel Jackson's, like, the way he delivers lines.
Yeah.
And just give that to the audience that, okay, that's what's happening here.
Right.
Because I agree with you. I did take that for granted. That I just assumed, oh, yeah. And then you can hear a growl, so you know something is askew here. But you don't get that full perception to the wider audience. So you've tried and attempted to introduce the grander audience to the concept of the Korean Skrull.
Right.
And it's through a lot of exposition by Nick Fury. It's not showing us or anything like that, which is the Skrulls need to be shown.
Yeah.
I agree with not revealing them, but you're right. The exposition should have been expanded a bit to give that understanding as to what was going on.
Right. Yeah.
How do you guys feel about them dangling Nick Fury in front of us as a full major supporting character with this de-aging technology? Are you cool? You mentioned buddy cop movie. I'm assuming you meant between Fury and Brie Larson's Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah, like he looks on point. Like he looks like the Pulp Fiction days, but he's missing the Jerry curls. He's got to bring that back. But I don't like his characterization. That's one minor gripe, I guess I would say. Like he seems kind of dumb in this, like
naive. He's supposed
to.
Yeah, he's younger, right? So he should be.
But like maybe here's a theory. I think he's a Skrull because like he is young, naive. He's totally different than the Nick Fury we get in Captain America.
But he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
In Captain America, he's the jaded Nick Fury. He's seen it all. He's had his, and he makes reference, which to someone in, I think it's Winter Soldier, he said, the last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye. That might be in Avengers. That's good. That was Captain Marvel the last person he trusted.
Oh, maybe.
I get that too. With the de-aging technology, I'm right there with you. I think it's crazy. And Disney's just showing it off. Like, look what we can do.
Yeah.
It's bananas.
This
He
isn't a
looks so
cameo.
young.
This is like they cast a full supporting character.
And it's daylight shots.
Yes.
Yeah.
It blows my mind. But for the fact that how he's naive, it's like, I get it. He's younger. But when you go back to Winter Soldier and he's in the elevator and he's talking to Cap about like my granddaddy did this, you get a sense that he has trust issues already, like going back to even then. So to see him like this, I'm a little divided on where they're going with his character. Well, we're obviously going to see him turn to more of the Samuel Jackson that we all know, but I'm kind of there with you. I kind of feel like his character is a little different than what I'm used to.
Well, especially with the cat. Like that part was just
that
stood
part's
out.
Weird.
I was like a little weird. I was like, why would they put that in?
That cat is something though from the comic books.
For sure.
It's like an alien cat.
Is it like from Men in Black?
Yeah,
like the one cat with the galaxy in its collar?
Oh yeah,
Men in Black.
Yeah, Men in Black.
Yeah.
But I think I like Nick Fury because if you go back to the original trailer, he's talking about how he was ready to give it all up.
Yeah.
And then he had a car chase, he met an alien, and then things changed for him.
Yeah.
I don't want the Nick Fury we saw in Winter Soldier in this.
No.
He shouldn't be that guy. He needs to... I agree with you. Like, there's some characterization in there that's built up before that he has trust issues. Mm-hmm. But we need to see him swing from the naive S.H.I.E.L.D. agent.
Yeah.
You know, he's nothing right now,
That's
right? To the head of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a big swing there in 20 years.
Yeah.
And this character should be different. And I'm glad they're treating him different. He's not the Nick Fury, the ultimate spy, as he's referred to, right? The spy. He is the spy's assistant, you know?
Yeah.
That's true. He has a long way to go, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Now, when Brie Larson, I say Brie Larson here because to me she sticks out a little bit, is conversing with Nick Fury in the car. Yeah. She feels a little wooden to me. That's where my fear is with Brie Larson. There's not enough of her speaking and her interacting. There's a lot of action in this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of her punching, kicking, and all that stuff looks fantastic. Her acting, and I don't know if this is on purpose or not. Is she supposed to be this fish out of water?
Yeah.
Doesn't quite understand the nuances of emotions, how to deliver certain lines. Is that her acting or is that the character that she's portraying? That's where I'm swinging a little bit. Like, she looks like an absolute badass. Don't get me wrong. I think she's going to be great, but this trailer doesn't do a great job showing off Carol Danvers.
Yeah, you're right. See, I didn't think about it that way because of if she is the fish out of water. But I think, and I don't want to keep comparing these, but I think back to Wonder Woman, and even when we see her in BVS, like Gal Gadot, even though she's not a crazy great actress, she brought this gravitas, this swagger to Wonder Woman that we haven't even seen in comics, but worked live action, you know, with a little bit of a smile when she's getting like beat by Doomsday. I love that. When you see how she cures herself in Wonder Woman, and even when she gets to England and how she's interacting with the people, like, it's great, right? How she carries herself. Brie Larson here, and she's I think she won for the room, didn't she?
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
nominated.
She was in that really bad one with Greg Sestito and Tommy Wiseau. Is that the room you're talking about?
Not that one. That's the
Oh,
really
she's in
bad
a different
movie.
room.
She's
Okay.
maybe it's just called Room.
I'm
Yeah,
just
I think
kidding.
it's just called Room.
Yeah. But she's a great actress.
For sure,
She's
for sure.
fantastic. And here I'm kind of like I am gonna say a little worried about. Was this the right person to play Captain Marvel?
Oh, okay, interesting. See,
It's just a trailer though.
I think it's
It is
just.
just a trailer.
I think it's just part of the performance. You know, she's this alien. She says warrior hero or something.
Yeah.
So she's gonna play it like a straight, like tough guy kind of model where she, you know, she doesn't really know or she doesn't really care. She's still trying to figure out like what the heck's even going on with her life.
And I think that's where we have to look at this,
Yeah.
is that she's playing this straight-laced. And again, going back to the original trailer, he says, I know a rogue warrior when I see one.
Yeah.
She is a warrior, and she says that specifically in this. I can't remember the exact line, but hero warrior or whatever it was.
Yeah, Hero
Yeah.
Warrior, I think it was.
Yeah, so that's where my mind has to go, because I think that's how it's being played. I don't think it's Brie Larson,
Right.
because some things feel a bit wooden.
Well, yeah, because like look at Scarlett Johansson. Like she is like pretty much raised as an assassin her whole life, and
Yeah.
she has like some charisma still to her. Like
Yeah.
Glamour, like all these characters. I don't know. I got to see the film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
To really
swagger
understand
though to me is felt when she's in the Star Force uniform.
Okay,
this is
yeah.
what I'm saying, that they portrayed Marvel or Captain Marvel very well in this. Is the
Yeah.
Carol Danvers
Yeah.
stuff when she's talking that is a bit more difficult, and I want to think that's on purpose,
Yeah.
because when you look at the next scene that they have here, her starting with the Star Force.
Yeah.
Like, she looks like a badass.
Yeah.
This is where I get the Guardians feel.
Right.
Not only because there's blue and green characters, but it's just the music changed a little bit more epic, bit more wide scenes, very cosmic feel to it. This is where I'm like, okay, I'm really into this. I'm
Yeah.
really loving what's going on here. I almost wish that was the bit of the start, and then you went to the Skrull thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, they do a lot of work here, not only introducing you to the concept of the Korean Skrull, but Captain Marvel's origins. They strayed away a little bit from that in the first trailer, to the point where we even discussed, are they going to go down the same path that the comic books are? They seem to allude a lot more to that. She's conversing with a character in here, which I believe is a female character, an older female character. I can't remember the actress's name, but I believe it's a Supreme Intelligence in some form. Supreme Intelligence is a leader of the Kree. It's this big head in a jar in the comics, but they seemingly, maybe it's just some sort of projection of the Supreme Intelligence. But they walk you through a bit of her origin. Now, it seems that they say, you know, we found you. There's some scenes in there about her getting blasted with something. She's bleeding a bit of the green.
Yeah.
They show the green going into her blood.
Right.
The kind of the Kree experiment. So it seems like they've altered her, that upside down thing with her brain scan.
Right.
And then she's talking about her memories. And then we see eventually later on in the trailer that she has memories of Earth. So there's been an accident somewhere. The Kree have picked her up after she's been hit with something, altered her a bit, and created a warrior out of her.
Yes.
So they're sticking, I think at least, to the origins of Captain Marvel. I'm still a bit shaky, which I should be at this point,
Yeah.
as to the exact timeline of it all, or if there's something a bit more nefarious there with how the Kree got her and then eventually modified her. Because later on in the trailer, we hear Ben Mendelsohn's character, the Skrull, talking about, do you know what you really are?
Right.
So do you think there's something more to Captain Marvel here? I was interacting with someone on Twitter, I believe his name is Matt today, not Matthew Salvador, but a different Matt.
You cheated on Matt with a different Matt? Shocked.
I think his name is Matt. I apologize if it's not. But he was asking me about what I thought about Brie Larson and if she's going to be good. And then he's talking about a theory that was put out there. And he thought that this trailer really pointed towards that Captain Marvel is actually a Skrull. This theory comes from via Screen Rant, but really originated with Mr. Sunday Movies.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so he's talking about how she is a Skrull and that there's something more. And this trailer alludes to some activity by the Kree not being totally above board. Did you guys get that feel? Maybe we'll talk about the Skrull thing maybe next. But did you get the feeling that the Kree maybe aren't the protagonists in this, or not the good guys, if you will? That there was something going on both sides? Or did you feel that the creation of Captain Marvel was out of saving her life?
Damn, my mind's kind of blown right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's hard for me to separate, because even reading the comics, like, I've never looked at the Kree as good anyways, because we've always kind of known how they are, and same with the Skrulls. The Skrulls have always been pretty much looked at as the bad guys. That's really interesting, though, because if that is the case if they're switching it upside down here, basically, and saying that she's not a Kree, but she's actually a Skrull, and that's like half Skrull or like full Skrull.
I don't know. See, the only issue I have with the Skrull thing is that it totally throws the whole character into question. And if this is going to be one of your pillars coming out of the back end of Avengers 4, you can't really scroll this individual.
Yeah.
To me, there's more about the Kree not having her best interests in mind.
Right.
This is more of like the Ronin Krees, the selfish Krees, the propagating their empire, and her being used as a tool to do that. Mm-hmm. Less than it is, or more than it is, her being a Skrull or something more to that.
Right.
So I think what the Skrulls were for Ben Mendelsohn character is, do you know what you are? You're a tool for the Kree.
Right. Yeah.
That's where I'm getting.
I get that. I get that. Yeah, because it's like we can't look at the Kree like the Green Lantern Corps, like they're good guys. They're actually something else, using Carol Danvers for their own good. Okay. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I can buy that.
Yeah, they've manipulated her to fight their battle, and she alludes to that later on, right? I'm not going to fight your battle. I'm going to win your battle.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how the Kree are probably initially with Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
They're going to be portrayed as like Star Force. They kind of feel like some sort of police, right?
Yes.
Some sort of Green Lantern's Corps, if we can relate it to back to that. They're doing good things. And then you're probably going to see that break down with the inclusion of Jude Law's character.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that then, because you know what, that also adds more weight and intrigue to the Skrulls, because then it's like, well, they're not necessarily just like the one-dimensional bad guys. They're looking at the Kree a certain way that we should now look at the Kree a certain way. So I really like that.
And that's the thing. Like, you go back to Thanos, you go back to Eric Killmonger. With the Skrulls, they're going to be portrayed as the main antagonists, and they always have been in the comic books. They're going to be that, but there has to be a little bit of conjecture there with whether or not what the Skrulls are trying to do. Maybe and we've seen this in the past, that they're trying to do the same thing. They're just trying to live their lives, but they're fighting with their Kree, right? This back and forth.
Yes.
There's evil on both sides. It's not, like you said, the one-dimensional bad guy. And I like that. There needs to be some more complexities to this overall battle.
Definitely.
And we've seen the Kree in the past, and we've seen Ronan go, and maybe we have to see Ronan go over to that extreme side in this film itself.
That's right.
Helmeted Captain Marvel.
Yes.
We see her in the Star Force helmet, and we also see her in what turns out to be the final, the Earthbound or the independent Captain Marvel, red and blue. We also see the helmet there. We see it go on and off.
Yeah.
Looks very Star-Lord-esque.
Yeah.
Love the look of it. What do you guys think of it?
I love that look. That's my thing with that poster. I want like a variant poster with the helmet on. Like,
that'd be
normally
good.
Marvel doesn't do the best. No. Normally Entertainment Weekly doesn't do the best helmet shots, but I think this poster, if they gave me a variant with her with the helmet, I would definitely get that poster, hands down. I love that helmet. I think it looks good. Big improvement too from the first trailer, right? You guys pointed it out last time. The mask around the nose didn't really line up quite.
There's something funny about it.
Yeah. This time around, this looks a lot better.
Way cleaner.
Oh yeah, they always like clean it up and stuff. So I never really worry too much about CGI in a trailer, because it's the first trailer. Like, I think there was like one, I think it was Civil War, where Cap like jumps through a window and like one shard of glass in the trailer falls. Or like, well, what kind of? It's just the CGI.
The first Avengers trailer, I remember, they're going down the bridge in the final battle for New York, and cars were exploding, but they hadn't CGI'd in the Chitauri, so they were just exploding, and there's nothing blowing them up. Like no bullets, no nothing.
Oh man, that's awesome.
It's pretty wild.
I mean, the helmet looks bad. I like the mohawk.
Yeah, it's so
that
cool.
looks cool.
I'm glad they pulled that off.
Yes,
because it could have looked goofy, but they've made it look pretty badass.
Really cool. Yeah.
Pretty badass. What do you think of this non-linear storytelling? I think we talked about this, or touched on it, at least last time we talked about the Captain Marvel trailer, was that they're using this amnesia, this mental stability of Captain Marvel to tell her backstory. So it's an origin story, but it's not in the linear sense that we've seen in the past. This is going to be flashing back and forth. So my guess is, just from what we've seen, there's going to be several scenes, maybe when she's down or hit or whatever, and we're going to see memories jog. Like, they fire through certain things, her playing baseball, her in the jets, her doing different things, her even alluding to this idea with Sam Fury with Nick Fury about, I think I know how to fly the Quinjet.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a nice little exchange there. But do you think that this new-ish form of origin storytelling is going to work for you, or is it going to feel, or are you worried about feeling disjointed a little bit?
I don't know. It depends how it's done, I guess. I mean, it's because you're already we're already now experiencing a film that takes place before a whole bunch of other events in the MCU coming off of Infinity War. So then if we're going back even more so in these flashbacks, I could take it if it's like little doses, but I don't want to see like long sequences of these flashbacks.
Yeah.
You know,
quick cuts.
I feel like the trailer too, going up with the flashbacks, it's kind of stuff that we've already seen before in other films and TV shows, and it felt, and I don't mean this in a bad way, because I mean you're a big Agents of Shield fan, but this felt a little Agents of Shield with like a $250 million budget in a way. For me, it just the trailer a little bit did, but yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how it works with the flashbacks there. Like you mentioned, just quick sequences.
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah. I like the flashbacks. Like some of my favorite origins, Batman Begins, Man of Steel, utilize them well. So you can add this to the list of it if that's the route that they take. Sure, why not? Let's do it. Or like maybe like it'll be like a Memento where they start from the end and then go all the way back.
Yeah, I'd like them to do more of a puzzle.
Okay.
Like she is putting together along with the audience this puzzle of her whole life.
Cool.
So that by the end of the film, she actually realizes what she is, where she came from, but it's through a sequence of events and puzzle building through this whole thing. I don't want it to be like the audience knows a bit more through the flashbacks and we kind of get it. I want us to put this together as the movie progresses. I don't want us to stop halfway through the film. We have all this momentum and then say, oh, we're going to give you a origin story now. Yeah. Like you don't want to bust that momentum. So that's one thing that you can do with flashbacks is you can undercut the tone of the film. Right. And say, we're going to put this on pause because you're not going to get this unless you get this. Right. So if they can do this, like she wakes up from a nightmare. Oh, what was that? Like stuff like that. Really quick cuts that help you piece together the individual and eventually you get some sort of, beautiful sculpture at the end. I don't know.
That's true.
That's
true.
That's beautiful cool. The way you said that.
Yeah.
That's like poetry.
I try, I do
Very
try.
flowery language.
The Skrulls. Now, we spoke about them at the top here. We get a very brief glimpse of them twice here. Mm-hmm. How you liking the look? Looks like they've tweaked it with CGI. Yeah. It's much better looking. The pictures look good. Yeah. But these look even better. More crisp.
Yeah. Was it the Entertainment?
Entertainment Weekly.
Those photos look just incredible. Yeah. Seeing these in motion, I don't know if it's because it's dark, because we saw those original shots. It was like daylight. They looked like they're on a beach. Yeah. They looked incredible.
Boy band cover.
Right? Give it to me. But now, seeing them in like the dark kind of lighting and whatnot, we were talking about this off air. You mentioned Brie Larson being like Super Saiyan Goku fighting a bunch of Piccolos. And when you said that, it reminded me of the horrible Dragon Ball show movie they tried to make a live action movie. Yeah. And I'm not saying this scroll looks as bad as that Piccolo in that movie, but it kind of reminds me of it a little bit. It looks like a scroll for sure, but I don't know, I was really attached to the photo that we saw, and I don't know what they did to change it from the original photo, but it looks a little different for me.
It's a quick snapshot.
It's very fast.
Yeah, it's very fast.
Quick.
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the Skrulls. I'm a huge fan of the Skrulls. Ben Mendelsohn playing this character.
Yeah.
We do get a shot of him in the human form as some sort of shield agent of something. It looks like they're chasing Nick Fury and Captain Marvel there out in the Quinjet. Ooh. So piecing some of that together. So the shield's going to take another prominent role in this film. Right. It's going to be the big glue or the connecting tissue to the MCU until we get things like Ronin established and all that in this film. So yeah, I tell you, man, the end of this trailer though, it's the best part. This is when she goes full binary, full Captain Marvel. We get another great image of a Skrull here. We get one quick shot of Ronin, his back, viewing the battle, which is fantastic.
Right.
You're right.
You see him just his back, and you see all the ships flying around. I'm really looking forward to these space battles. Yeah. I'm getting a real Star Wars vibe off them. Especially the one right at the end here where she goes full on when she's talking about winning the war. Oh man, the nice. CGI looks fantastic. Yeah. Her skipping through, I don't know if it's Hulla or if it's Earth below that she's fighting. Yeah. But just whizzing through and presumably fighting Skrull ships. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This was, and we said this, when we watched this before, this is the best part of the trailer.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Her throwing like those photon blasts or solar flares. That looked really, really cool. I love that. It's very reminiscent of, was it War Machine or Iron Man when we saw?
Oh, yeah.
It was Iron Man. We saw him going through the air. It's like, identical to that.
Avengers,
shot.
he does that too.
Avengers,
Remember, he's
yeah.
going
Yeah.
up into the blue thing. He's
Yeah. It's just like that. Except
Yeah.
she's taking on like ships.
Yeah.
You know, like powerhouse. So
Badass.
that really worked for me. Money shot right there
Yeah.
for me. That is the best part.
Is
of
that the end battle or middle battle?
She's got on her Captain Marvel suit.
the red and blue, right?
Yeah.
So it's
so
gotta be the end.
It's got to be close to the end.
Yeah.
Unless they go backwards, then it's the beginning, but in fact it's the end because they're going backwards.
Non-linear.
Yeah.
Yeah, start backwards and move forward. Yeah. Now, the last character that we're going to talk about here before we give our final rating on this trailer, or kind of expand a bit on the top there, is Jude Law's character. Now, it was revealed through a Funko Pop who this character was. The name escapes me, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I don't know.
Jude
It's
Law.
not Marvel, apparently,
Oh.
as we originally thought. It is an evil Kree, or an antagonistic Kree. And what's going to be interesting is how all of this works. You know, we talked about at the top about something funny going on with the Kree. This guy seems to be the person in the background, maybe that's pulling some of the strings. Maybe he's a traitor. Maybe he's working with the Skrulls. He seems to be Captain Marvel's mentor at some point in the Star Force. I think he's the head of it. But they don't show him much in this.
No.
And part of me feels like that's on purpose. They're trying to leave some of that for the reveals in the film. Do you guys got any takes on Jude Law's character? Like, knowing that he is a character, he's not Marvel, but the reason they didn't show too much of him?
He's probably definitely going to be like the Sinestro route, like 1,000%.
Oh yeah.
He's not Marvel, eh? At least that's what they're saying. I think,
That's what the Funko says.
because
But
they could
again,
do the whole switcheroo, right? Like
Yeah.
what they did in Iron Man 3, where it's like, I am the Mandarin.
Yeah.
Like,
I am
yeah.
Marvel.
Yeah. You never know. It could happen again.
could.
Yeah.
It could. Maybe you'd be like, I'm Dick Ryder.
Yeah.
For the Nova Corps.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Because I don't know.
What?
Well, because
Richard Rider.
Richard Rider, right?
Dick Rider.
He's Dick Rider, but his name's Richard
Oh,
Rider, right?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I
Nova.
just thought you were going like a different route there.
No, I was keeping it comics, man.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, whatever you gotta tell
Grounded in
yourself.
that.
Yeah, whatever you gotta tell yourself.
Yeah. I don't know who he could be. I really don't, because I don't know enough of Captain Marvel's lore, at least enemies,
Yeah.
enemy-wise. Because right off the bat, I'm thinking this guy's definitely Captain, or not Captain. Well, yeah, Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's the original.
Admiral.
He gives
Marvel.
off a very evil-ish vibe.
Yeah.
Like, he's got something else going
He's
on.
got an eye
right?
patch, and he has that evil laugh, and he's got that lair with the cat on the ground.
The cat, right?
Yeah.
You have any
Goose.
ideas? You don't have any ideas? Who
Well, the character that Funko says he is, sure, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
He, to me, has got to be the one that's manipulating Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
My honest guess is that he's somehow working with the Skrulls.
Oh, okay.
And maybe trying to stoke the fire. Maybe he's benefiting from the war. There's something there.
Super Scroll.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Ooh.
That would be
Super Skrull,
sweet.
yeah.
Maybe I want to see Super Scroll.
Yeah. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah. So to wrap this conversation up and to wrap this episode up, overall thoughts on Captain Marvel. We gave her high level spoiler free. What are you guys digging about this? What are you worried about? Are you worried about anything?
I'm not worried about anything, really. I mean, I think the movie's going to be fine. I just feel like, for me, coming off the first trailer, which I didn't mind, I wasn't blown away with, but I felt like, okay, they're going to really go all in with the next trailer, because I feel like it's pretty 50-50 on the last trailer. So I felt like they'd really have to step it up to get everybody on board. And I feel like this trailer kind of did more or less the same, but just drawing it out a little bit more. It's a longer trailer, obviously. Got to see a little bit more Captain Marvel, but we didn't show her off, Carol Danvers at least, off enough.
Yeah.
More Samuel Jackson, which is cool, which is fine, but it's not the big deal to me right now, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be a big hit. I don't foresee any hangups. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like good reviews and everything. So I'm excited for it. I learned a little bit more about the character, a little bit more about the story, but not too much where I'm like going in knowing everything. The CGI looks fine. The end battle scene looks crazy, and you got the next Avenger right here. You know, the next big thing for Marvel. So let's what is that, March?
Yep.
March.
So 3 months when all three of us have children, then we can all go to.
Yeah, I'm probably the most screwed out of all of us. Being the latest in the game. Right? Yeah, we'll see. For me, this trailer did what it needed to do. The first trailer for me was to intrigue you, bring you into it, make you want to learn more about Captain Marvel. I think it accomplished that. This trailer, being the middle trailer, is about introducing you to some of the more complex story elements. The Kree why the Skrulls, the Kree, giving you at least some perception as to who Captain Marvel is. And I say Captain Marvel specifically because I agree with you. This trailer wasn't about telling you any more about Carol Danvers.
Right.
To me, they're leaving that for the film so you can explore that character as she finds the character. And I'm okay with that. But my initial thought was, oh, Brie Larson. But now that I've thought about it a bit more, it makes a little bit more sense. Them showing off some of the big action pieces, really well done. They're leaving a lot, though. We don't see anything about Ronan. We don't see Phil Coulson in here. We get, like you said, a lot of Fury, not a whole bunch of S.H.I.E.L.D., not a lot about the Skrulls.
Right.
So they're leaving quite a few question marks in here, but they've kept me engaged with the character, engaged with the film, even maybe upped it a little bit. I'm really excited to see what the next step is for this character, and presumably we may see her in the Avengers 4 trailer.
Yes.
Probably just in a cameo, in a, hey, I'm Captain Marvel type role.
Picks up her pager.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Anything like that. They've got to link these two movies, because what they've done here, they've built up the character. You know it's Marvel. Here's some exposition around the movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's also going to be an Avenger.
Yes.
Like there has to be that linkage there.
What was it, that movie that in Avengers 3 where Star-Lord's saying it was like the greatest movie of all time?
Footloose.
Footloose.
Footloose,
Yeah. You know how they should link it is that Captain Marvel should be like, I have this copy of Footloose that I have to return to Blockbuster. Boy, there's going to be a
That's
ton of
cool.
late fees.
That's
right?
cool.
And then he's just like, oh my God, I love this
take that.
girl. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Right? That would
Yeah.
be cool.
Is it too early for us to do box office predictions for this film?
No,
Or what do you
it's
think?
our
No?
show. Let's do whatever we want, Troy.
What are you thinking?
March. I'm going-
Opening weekend.
Opening weekend right now. Below 80, 70, around 70.
Wow.
Around 70, which is still good, but it's
No,
just,
no, you don't have to clarify. Okay, 70.
I'm gonna go 70. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So that would be like putting it around like Captain America Winter Soldier level, Thor, the Dark World.
Just above.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did 65.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say like 100 mil.
Yeah.
I think it'll crack the 100 mil. There's
Yeah.
probably not a lot of competition in March.
Yeah, we'd have to look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
That's
I-
the thing, is it depends on the competition.
Yeah,
Right?
I say 100 mil.
Yeah.
Most Marvel movies do that nowadays.
Yeah, well, the lower end ones like your Ant-Man and the Wasp,
Yeah.
they did do around that $80 million.
Yeah.
But I think this, to me, when you said that 110 was the first thing that came to my mind.
110.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cracking the 100 million mark. A lot of it depends on the marketing. They're going to link
Right.
this heavily to Avengers
You have
4.
to.
Yeah.
They're really going to promote the idea that this is the first female-led comic book superhero film out of Marvel Studios.
I was gonna correct you there. I was gonna jump over the table.
I was not.
I was gonna be like, "Whoa! Did you not remember Elektra?"
Electra, yeah.
Oh,
True.
jeez.
Yeah, I really qualified that one down. But I think it has the potential to do really big things, especially in the space that it's in. These guys are smart, and they put this into a window where it's gonna have the legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is essentially our build into Avengers 4,
Yeah.
which is pretty wild.
Yeah.
So overall, I think I can speak for the three of us, say we're excited about this film.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to seeing it. And it's going to be interesting. We're going to be doing our box office fantasy pool for 2019 here in about a month and a bit. And as we wind down December here, we're going to be tallying up our final box office. We're going to see this linger into January a little bit with Aquaman.
Aquaman's gonna make a comeback.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll see. It's going to be a tight race. It's going to be right down to the wire. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, Captain Marvel, big things coming for Marvel Studios. Hopefully next week we'll be back talking about Avengers 4 and maybe Spider-Man Far From Home. And we talked before the podcast, the end of this year is really booked up for us because we've gotten into the Spider-Verse review. We've got an Aquaman review. We've got our 2018 wrap-up show. And we've also got our 2019 kickoff show.
Yeah.
So for those of you that are new to us, we usually do a wrap-up where we talk about our favorite films, our favorite collectibles, our favorite comic books. And then 2019 is where we do our anticipation. What are we looking forward to? Then we do our box office fantasy. So we got a lot of fun stuff coming up here, including quite a few, 2 big movie reviews. And then hopefully in the new year, we can get back to maybe some of our more monthly shows as well. Probably not, because Sanjay's going to have a kid, then Trey's going to have a kid, then I'm going to have a kid.
So we'll have a rotating cast.
No false promises. Yeah. So we again, like I said before, we may be looking for some supplements in here in the Nerd Room.
I heard that Conan O'Brien was interested.
Yeah, I heard he's coming on.
He dropped a line, maybe. I don't know.
We'll see.
I heard maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger. Quick, Troy, give your best Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation.
Stop it.
See, Arnold will be here.
I'm a cop, you idiot.
We have 3 Arnolds.
Yes, we're good to go. All right, guys, for you that are listening, hopefully you're still listening. If you would like to be a part of this show, you can always email us at thenerdroom@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Facebook or YouTube. Like I said last week, we don't really use those platforms too much, but you can always catch us on Twitter. We've got the hashtag Twitter gang out there running rampant, talking Star Wars, Marvel, and DC every single week.
You could also send us a letter in the mail.
You could, but it probably won't get here. I've made 3 Canada Post digs this episode at a minimum here.
Whoa, Tim, anti-union over here.
A little bit. We'll see. I don't
John
care anymore because I
Capitalist.
just use Amazon. Anyways, our handles are at the end of the episode, our Twitter handles, that is. And gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure getting and talking a ton of Marvel this week. Next week, we're going to hit ourselves with a little bit of Star Wars, an Avengers 4 trailer. Fingers crossed. But if not, of course, we're going to be back talking all things Star Wars, Marvel, and DC. And until then, I'm going to thank Rob Wade for Emotionally 14 endorsing this thing. You can catch everything that he does over at emotionally14.com. And now I'm going to say, until next week, gentlemen, for the Nerd Room, I'm Tim.
I'm Troy.
And Sunjay.
You just never know what's going to come out of his mouth. And thank you for entering the Nerd Room. This has been a Nerd Room podcast production. You can find our hosts, Tim, Troy, and Sunjay on Twitter at TheNerdRM, TroyTheBoy87, and Sunjabby. For more content from the Nerd Room, check out thenerdroom.net. And don't forget to subscribe to the Nerd Room on iTunes, Podbean, and YouTube. Be sure to head over to StarWarsCommonwealth.com to find more podcasts in the Star Wars Commonwealth Podcast Network, including Talk Star Wars, Tumbling Saber, Generation X-Wing, Rogue Squadron Podcast, Skyrim's Podcast, and San Diego Sabres. Follow the Star Wars Commonwealth on Twitter at SW Commonwealth and take your first steps into a larger world.